Assisted Living located in Murfreesboro. This is Leslie and Lori, our executive director and our marketing director, joining us tonight. We talked about a lot that you all offer, and another great thing that you mentioned to me just now is that spouses are welcome. Let's go into that.
Absolutely. We can have couples move in. We can actually even have couples move into our memory care. We have several shared rooms in memory care that they could live as long as they both had a diagnosis of some form of dementia. But we have 2-bedroom apartments if the spouses, need their own space. But we also have plenty of 1-bedrooms that they could move in together. And it's beautiful. We have several couples that live in our building right now. One of them calls his wife his bride of 64 years, which just melts me just about every single time he says it. So it's really beautiful to get to see them get to stay together through, their end of life.
And let's talk about the importance of that. Do you see it help in their development and just other aspects?
Absolutely. When the wife moved in first and she was in memory care, she had had some medical issues that had caused her to have significant decline. She'd had a couple surgeries, some infection that built up. I mean, she really struggled, and his goal was to always move to the community. He was still living in their home. So when the time came, he decided he would sell the house, he would move into assisted living, and we worked with his wife day in and day out. And our staff at in one of our villas in memory care said, we don't think she's appropriate anymore. She is significantly improved. Once her infection cleared up, her cognitive capabilities came back increasingly, and now they live together on the assisted living side. That's his bride of 64 years. He also is our resident council president and takes his job very seriously. He's a wonderful support to us, but that's a true success story of where she was in the best place. The care that we were able to give improved immensely to get to put them back together in assisted living. So it's really beautiful.
As executive director, having this aspect out there, what's that mean to you?
Well, I think it's great because think about it, when seniors, we want them to age in place. How likely is it that a couple's going to get to continue to maintain their yard? I mean, we have residents that are, well, I think 99 and a half is the oldest.
No, we have a guy in the villas that's 103.
Well, honey, I'm talking about AL.
And AL 99 and a half.
Yes. Overall, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Overall. I mean,
we're keeping them going.
So 99 and a half, you can't do your yard. You know what I mean? I'm going to the grocery store, cooking, because when they miss that nutrition, of course, that's when their decline's going to start to happen, and they'll forget to do their medication. So we do all that stuff for them. So it's sort of all inclusive, and it really just helps to improve that quality of life. It's really it's amazing to watch seniors just fall in love again with each other and just want to do everything that they can possibly do to help the other one.
You're making their lives easy again so that they can focus on the positive, and that's just something you just can't put value on.
True.
And the benefit for the families that when they truly come to visit, they come to visit. They're not coming to like do pill packs and the Monday through Friday and looking to see, did mom take 2 days? Did she take 3 days? Did she not take any?
Caregiver
aspect
from
they get
them.
to truly just come and visit
and love.
And their relationships get a whole lot less strained, because when you're a caregiver, your relationship becomes strained. When you get to just come and visit and do the fun stuff, it becomes the way it should be.
Maybe something you just don't think about. I'm glad you brought that up. Another thing we were going to talk about here is the benefits, pros and cons, really for private companies that can actually come to you. Let's talk about what's the benefit of not having that in place.
Well, do you want me to take that, Lori? I think what I would say to you is private duty companies, a lot of times they're not licensed, bonded, and insured, and they don't have to do a background check on that private sitter. That private sitter a lot of times has a lot of exposure, unsupervised exposure. So people get taken advantage of, the seniors do. Whereas if they come to live with us, we do the sex abuse registry, we have a background check, they have several trainings that the state requires us to have our aides do, and nurses. So there's a lot of security. So not only do we provide safety, but we also provide security to these seniors. And the cost is pretty astronomical. I would say probably about $24 to $26 an hour for an aide to go into a house overnight. So you're talking a significant amount of money if mom needs 24-hour care that we could give her for a fraction of that cost.
Definitely something to think about. You mentioned families visiting earlier. I'd love for you to tell people tonight about how you all really make this transitional period comfortable for the families involved, because it's great to see our loved ones thrive at your campus, but it is hard to let them go, you know, to go live their life now.
I think it would be the collaboration of care too. I mean, that we do the conferences, the care plan meetings, get everybody involved. We have nurse practitioners that come in. We have a nurse practitioner comes in 2 times a week, so she represents our medical director. We have a geriatric psych nurse that comes in once a week. We're very fortunate to have that service. Not many cities and states could say the same thing. Geriatric psych is just, it's hard to come by. So we have, I would say, one of the best I've seen, and this, as I said, is 25 years in the business. What other reasons? We act as social workers quite often.
In a way,
yeah, we really do.
It is very difficult. Sometimes it's more difficult for the families during that initial 30 days. I always tell families, usually takes about 30 days for that adjustment period to roll in, whether that's memory care, assisted living, and a lot of times I see that the families need more supports. You know, how's mom doing? How's dad doing? I mean, and then they come and they're just like, just sob in my office. I mean, everybody that comes in my office cries, because it's like, I'm feeling like I'm letting my mom down. I'm letting, you know, I should be the one taking care of them, or I was supposed to take care of my spouse. And it's okay to cry. I mean, you know, I've got Kleenexes, I'll cry with you, because that's what we do. I spend a lot of time on the phone. I get a lot of text messages. I always respond that way, because they just need to know mom's doing good, or you know, mom's in the dining room, or you know, mom's playing bingo. I really don't think you should come and visit at 2:45, because that's the most important part of the day, I've been told, about bingo. I mean, because they adjust, because they're hungry to make new friends. They're hungry to be social, where, you know, one-on-one it's great, but like, you know, if it was just Leslie and I at home, it would be hard to play bingo. It would be hard to do something that I would enjoy, because it's just one-on-one. When you have a room of 20 people playing, it becomes a competition, it becomes fun. And when families can let go of that guilt and angst, it's a beautiful thing. And you know, we're there to help them. I mean, you know, I always tell them, come back, I'll cry with you, don't let your family see, you know, I'll talk to you about it, I'll talk you through it. I mean, it's just what, you know, we do.
Yeah, we offer several support groups, and one of them absolutely has to do with guilt. I mean, it's especially when it's a husband and wife and they've promised that they'll never put you in. Elderly people think nursing home is a bad word. The home. So you know, a lot of times, while we're not a nursing home at all, I mean, we're quite frankly a far cry from a nursing home. It's just the way they were raised. It's, you know, you promised you would not put me in a nursing home. Well, you know, we're here to help support you to get you through that. They're at a different stage in life now, so we need to really work through that. So guilt is a big deal. Something that we deal with quite often.
It's great that you offer that. We're a couple seconds left here, and then we'll take one more quick break and wrap up the show. It always goes by so fast. When we come back, I'd love for you to talk about maybe what people can start looking for, maybe some signs. If you're watching this tonight and you're thinking, that could look, we're kind of looking towards that for a loved one. We'll address that here in just a second. Also, go ahead and give folks the contact information at the end of the show if you've, you know, taken away some of the things that you've learned tonight and think this is maybe something you want to look into. We could definitely get that information for you. Keep it right here. We'll be right back. Okay.